Your favorite compas have another jam-packed episode of the Four Compas show. In this episode, we will do a recap of the mega fight that went down in Las Vegas between Crawford and Canelo. By the way, the numbers coming out of that, I don't know if people were happy about the numbers that came out, especially with did Tyson and Jake Paul really do better? We'll get into all of that. Plus, we will do our quick recap of the two Monday Night Football games between the Bucs and the Texans. The Bucs upsetting the Texans. Yes, upset. Texans were favorite. And then the Chargers beating the Raiders to improve to 2-0. Plus, we'll have our week 2 takeaways. And, of course, we cannot forget about our usual segments, the Compas Power Rankings, and our 5 best matchups of week 3. Sometimes I add a game in there just for shits and giggles, but no adding a game today. I've already promised no adding a game. All right, Gilberto, do you have an engagement question for our viewers and or listeners?
Yeah, I'm in a good mood. I know Chargers fans are in a good mood, so I toss you a layup here for the engagement question of the week. Which team's the best in the AFC West? Is it those Chargers? 2-0 Chargers, all alone in the AFC West. Chiefs 0-2, Raiders 1-1, Broncos 1-1. You're supposed to what? Fernando?
What,
Chargers
my
are
bad.
2-0 for the second time in 2 years. But I think this team seems a little, what's the word you've been saying, Fernando? Different. Let me know in the comments. Best team in the AFC West, the Chargers. Is that correct? True? False? No? Yeah, let me know.
Speaking of that, I already saw somebody had posted something about the Broncos on Twitter, and I looked, and a bunch of Chiefs fans underneath. We're all Broncos fans this week, and I'm like, dang, that quickly? Like,
Wow.
it's already switched to where now they. Yeah, I'm like, everybody's now a Chiefs Broncos fan trying to get the Chargers to lose. That's pretty funny.
Oh, have some pride, Chiefs fans. It's only week 2. Looking for scoreboard
Gilbert,
help. Come on.
Gilbert, is it in here or no? Did Vic? I'll go out on a limb actually if it comes to that game. Sorry, I'm gonna have to break my promise. I'm adding a 4th game. I'm adding a 6th game because I'm feeling different, Gilbert. Something tells me that the G-men may pull out that game.
Okay, that's a gimme for Victor and I, because Dan's gonna go the other way. So I'm fine with it. That's fine.
Who knows? We'll talk about it.
Now
all right.
Give us a layup.
No. Honestly, if I had to go out on a limb right now, I will say that the Giants will beat the Chiefs. I'll do it. Wow. I'll go out on a limb.
Oh, add the game.
All right, we'll add the game then. Oh, you're gonna go Chiefs?
Obviously, I'm not going with the stinking Giants here. No way.
What are you gonna do?
They lost to the Chargers and the Eagles. They're not that bad. Yeah.
So if Monday we come in and the Chiefs have lost to the Giants, you're sounding the alarms, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I'm in the comments looking for the Raiders to lose and the Broncos and the Chargers to lose. I'm like, those Chiefs fans are panicking already. Not yet. Come on, don't panic.
We'll see. All right. There's still a lot of show left.
And cheer for the Chiefs. I'll go on the burner account and do all that.
Okay, there you go. All right, let's guys, we will get into the Chargers talking a little bit. We're actually going to wait for Dan, I think, to talk Chargers, so we'll go through everything else and then we'll talk Chargers when Dan gets on in about 35 minutes. All right. What did you make of the Canelo Terrence Crawford fight? It went the distance as per usual Canelo fights do. Canelo ends up losing via decision. By the way, Adam Hill, our compa, when we were there, he tells me, you know what's going to happen, right? And I was like, what? He's like, Terrence Crawford's going to win 9 rounds, and then Canelo, it's going to go decision Canelo. I was like, oh, wow. But it didn't. What he said happened, but they
almost
actually
got it. Yeah.
They went with Terrence Crawford. What was your thought process in that? And then before I get your thought process, why did he have to give the belts back?
Crawford, is that the case? Well,
yeah,
I don't know
Crawford
if he's gonna really. Well, I don't know. I think he's starting. I didn't really catch the post stuff, and you did, Fernando. But maybe he's trying to campaign at 160 and not stay at 168. But I just checked. He's a champion at 168. At least according to boxing scene, they're usually on top of it for for the belts there. So
well, he gave him his belts back, and you could just tell Canelo was just not happy receiving him back. But
take it and take those belts. And then there was a whole big deal about Canelo not being a champion for the first time in 7 years. And you know, when he lost to Bibbo, that one was a little tricky too because Bibbo went. I think he went down on weight classes too. He went down from light heavyweight to, or I forget actually. No, Canelo
he went
went
down
up.
to 175. No,
He went up to
no,
175. Canelo
yeah.
was champion at 168, and he was forced to vacate because he left the 168. Boxing's too complicated. Anyways, I don't want to spend too much time on that one. But he did beat the undisputed champion, which was Canelo. So to me, Terrence Crawford is a champion, at least in my eyes. But boxing never wants to make it easy. But you know, Crawford wasn't supposed to be in that weight class. He was campaigning at 154, and you went up to 168. That's 14 pounds different. And I'll start there for my takeaway. I'm kicking myself for caring too much about the weight, and you know, I also cared too much about the age. You know, Crawford is technically older than Canelo, which is a little hard to believe. Crawford is 37, Canelo's 35, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe the fight was 2 years ago. I would have gone with Crawford, and then it did not help Fernando that Crawford didn't look good at 154, and maybe that's part of the whole, you know, pulling the okie doke is like, if you look too good, boxers won't give you a chance. Like, okay, that guy's scary. I don't want to deal with that. I'm going the other way. And if Crawford not looking great at 154, maybe Canelo's like, hey, he's small, not good at 154. How much are you gonna give me, Turkey? $100 million guaranteed. I'll take the fight. So honestly, I think Canelo got caught off guard. People are saying the fight was rigged. Canelo was cruising for the paycheck. Like he was caught off guard. Like, damn, this guy, his power is going up in weight. He's crafty, and you know, to me, he looked frustrated. He looked like the Canelo who got frustrated by Mayweather. He got frustrated by Dimitri Bivol, and Dimitri Bivol is not as skillful as Crawford and Mayweather, but Bivol's size played a factor. But he was also very crafty, and guys like that gave him a lot of trouble. But I just expect a little more. Like you're not the same youngster from the Mayweather fight from what 2012. Like, you know, throw your combinations, throw your uppercut. I did not see one uppercut. I didn't see
Yeah.
enough body shots. I didn't see enough power. Like if you're surprised by the weight class and that was your only thing going for you, then take it to him. Go in the center of the ring. Crawford had to bring it to him. You say, you know what, I'm right here. We're going to put on a show or what, Canelo? You look gassed. You look tired. And to me, it's like there are different levels to boxing, and that's why I've said all along. That's the only thing I'll take credit for. I said Crawford is number one pound for pound. Usyk is right there. If you want to say Usyk, I won't complain. But I thought Crawford is always pound for pound because he passes the eye test. He beat Spence. He beat Porter. He has a resume. It's just I focus too much on age. I focus too much on weight. And then the last point here, Fernando, and I'm going off a little bit.
No. That's why I wanted to hear what you said.
When it comes to boxing skills, IQ, nobody does what Crawford does. Any weight class, because we forget this guy could go southpaw or righty. Not even Usyk could do that. So in terms of skillful fighters, is Crawford, and then Usyk, and then you got Canelo right there somewhere below that, and then a bunch of guys who just can't compete that way. Like Canelo could have a counter game. He could have uppercuts. He has combinations. The thing about boxing and even UFC, guys don't know how to throw combinations. Guys don't know how to be smart and be patient and have a game plan. And Canelo does to an extent. That's why he's gotten this far in his career. But then when you go up a level, he can't do it. It's like, okay, yeah, Crawford's just too crafty. He won't, stay where I want him to go. He wouldn't even go around the ropes. Canelo's so good at the ropes. Crawford never went to the ropes. That guy's just too smart. So to me, Canelo, obviously, I won't say got exposed, but it's the same old when he's facing guys like that.
I was surprised. So I was talking to my trainer this morning, Junior. Shout out to him, and he's a boxer and everything, and he fights professionally. And I asked him what he's like. Nothing surprised me. Canelo just got outboxed. He's like, if you look at it, he's like, I think, and he said, just my opinion, I think Terrence Crawford is an actual what is it 160 168. He's like, that's where his natural body is. Look at him, like he looked perfect at that weight class. He's like, I feel like he could compete at that weight class and beat people up, but sometimes those bigger guys want to go down and beat up on the smaller guys and help out with and do it that way, which I totally get it. But I definitely could see, by the way, that Benavidez fight is never happening. So let's just be honest. That Benavidez fight's never happening. Canelo would get destroyed by somebody as big as Benavidez. But I was surprised that Canelo did not attack his arms. We've seen in the past Canelo like hits the arms and tires out the arms. He didn't do that. You said the uppercut. The uppercut's kind of Canelo's niche. Like we all know he's a good uppercut guy. Didn't do it. I thought his hooks were a little lazy. I didn't think we saw the same Canelo that we would see, but I was stupid in not picking Crawford because I'd been seeing this from Canelo for the last two. Gilbert, we've gone to how many of his fights now? Like, I mean, if it's not in Saudi, we go to them. So we've gone to his fights for the last 2 years. And we've said the same thing when we're on that drive back from Vegas to LA, we always say the same thing. Canelo didn't look as good as he did, but he has in the past. It's deteriorated. He's gone down a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if Canelo didn't go back down a little bit, maybe to a lower level, and get out of the 168. But like I said, I don't know if you heard me earlier, that Benavidez fight is never happening. That dude could probably, like, I'm not saying he can knock out Canelo, but he'll beat him too just because of the size. He's not going to fight Bivol. We already know that. He keeps on talking about that rematch, and he said it a year ago, Gilbert. Remember when we were at his fight? Who did he fight a year ago? It was the Puerto Rican guy.
Berlanga.
Yeah, he said, yeah. Oh, then we were at the. Who did he fight September 16th? Was it Berlanga or Munguia? No, he fought Munguia a year ago.
Berlanga was September, Munguia was May.
Okay, then never mind. Berlanga. I remember after the Berlanga fight, he told us, he's like, yeah, I could fight Bivol again. Like I could beat him up, but it's like, no, you're not at that level anymore. You're not that guy. Like, and I mean, Father Time comes for us all. The only thing is that it's incredible that it took like Crawford's 30 is older than him. Like you said, I think he's 36 or 37 and he whooped on him. So I'm wondering now what if Canelo's just kind of gotten to that point where, hey, the bed sheets feel so nice. You don't want to get out of them to work. And again, his work ethic is one thing. I'm not going to question it, but at the same time, it's just, you don't have the same hunger to get out of bed when that bed's made out of, I'm sure, the most expensive sheets that Canelo has, and I'm sure he has 2 fights left on his contract. One of them is going to be against Jake Paul, and the only problem is, no, I'm being serious. It's going to be
I'm laughing because it's true. It's a money grab.
It's going to be next September, I think. I think in May he's going to fight somebody, but I'm telling you, he's going to have to fight somebody. Don't forget that
Jake Paul has his hands full against Gervonta Davis, and maybe I won't make a big deal about weight. Gervonta, you better go knock him out. But yeah, go ahead.
Where is that? North Carolina, right? Or somewhere like that?
Atlanta.
But again, I Gilbert, in my opinion, I feel like Canelo is a little disconnected now. And now my question is, how is he going to be able to sell a fight next May after losing to Terrence Crawford? What's he going to do? He's going to have to go get somebody big for fans that actually care. When I was walking out of the stadium, Gilbert, there was a lot of Mexicans with their heads down, and there was a lot of black dudes talking a lot of shit, which was funny. Like, dudes had like,
oh man,
I'm not going to tell you what they were saying, but they were insinuating it's time for this guy to go back across. He's done. Like, he ain't useful over here.
Boxing is the only sport where you could talk like that. It's like a race war, country war. Like
some guy. I'm sorry, I'm not making fun of it or whatever, but some guy goes, get that eye struck, back that bitch up. It's time to tell Canelo away.
Hey, he's not Chavez. He's not
no, I know, but it was just like what these guys were saying, like, and then like Mexican people just had to take it because they were like, yeah, our guy lost. But I mean, it was all in good banter back and forth because I heard Mexican people going hard at some of these guys. But
well, I'll say what to offer your point, Fernando. Like, if he fought Benavidez, he actually would have a better chance, Canelo, because Benavidez is not as skillful or as crafty. He's a brawler. He's an impatient brawler. I've seen Benavidez get dropped a few times. I'm not saying Canelo still has that power, but his style fits Benavidez more, where he's just a kind of a brawler. And we saw what he did to Berlanga and Munguia. Those guys are not on Benavidez's level, but I think the fight would have been a little closer. And people saying that Canelo would, like, honestly, like, I won't call you out, but I'll put you on the spot. I think you were spot on, Fernando, when you said to Chance the Rapper of all people, that you think Canelo was going to go down that easily. I'm with you. I don't think Canelo put up a good fight. And I know people in the comments are saying Canelo did not go down easily. Uh, to me, that was a rout. That was a blowout, and I
It
don't even get
was.
why was the scorecards 115, 113? They were trying to steal it. People saying, "Oh, it's boxing swing rounds." You don't have to explain that to me. I know what the swing round is. Those were not close. I think Canelo maybe won 4, and I'm
3.
being generous.
I give him
Maybe
3.
3. Uh, I lost track because it was cruising. Canelo wasn't doing anything. So, anyways, the point is, Benavidez will be a better fight for his style. And I also didn't like Canelo's responses after when he lost, and it said, "Well, I did it for boxing. My legacy is still intact. Who cares? Give me my paycheck. I did it for you guys. You guys were not
Yo te
entertained."
el campeón.
Yeah, it was like, and I feel great. I feel great. That's my Canelo voice there. But it's like, come on, you should be pissed off. Give me the rematch. Nah, like that wasn't my best. You know what? I'll take the L. I was surprised by him. I want to do it again. But it was like, nah, I'm cool. Like I did what I did for boxing. And I'm like, if you want to keep doing what you're doing for boxing, go fight Benavidez. That'll be a great style fight. But honestly, Fernando, I gave up on Canelo, not Fernando. I haven't given up on you.
Oh,
I gave up on
what?
Canelo.
Shit. Oh my God.
Haven't given up on you. But on Canelo, in terms of picking fights where he's going to be tested, he did get tested. I'm not going to discredit that, but he's very strategic. It's like, can I get enough money here? Is my style gonna, fit this guy? And I think he overthought it, where he thought the size was gonna be a factor where he's gonna benefit and win, and he got caught off guard. But fighting guys like Munguia and Berlanga in 2024, that told me like, okay, this guy's all about picking styles that is gonna make him look good and getting a paycheck. When you guys commit into money like the Zone or Turkey or PBC, Al Heyman, they're committing the money. You got no incentive to go for the best fights. It's all about putting on the show. And promoting a fight. Like Jake Paul knows how to do it, unfortunately. Same thing with Jake Paul. He's picking his fights. You're saying I can't beat a real boxer? Here's a Mike Tyson. Oh, now you're saying I can't beat an active fighter? Here's a small Gervonta Davis. Like, it's just, you think about it too much where you think you tip the scales in your favor. And that's just what boxing is nowadays. But hey, Canelo, to his credit, took the fight, but he probably wasn't expecting that.
Gilbert, I'm gonna go again, and I'm gonna say he basically has to fight Benavidez in May for fans to care. I mean, that's just my opinion.
They're gonna find somebody else with a name. Travis Jr. is gonna come out, or somebody's gonna come out of retirement. I don't know.
I feel like even
Triple
Mexican fans.
I don't know.
I talked to people. Obviously, Dante's one of them that I talked to, and he tells me a lot of people have like Dante. Obviously, lives in Tijuana, and he's connected down there. He plugged down there, not in the way you guys think. He's a great guy. But he was telling me people are starting to kind of give up on Canelo, and they're kind of like, okay, where's the next thing? Like, and Dante was telling me, by the way, Gilbert, you'll like this. He's very plugged into the boxing world down there when it comes to like the guys in the Olympics and all that stuff. He was giving me 3 or 4 names. You'd be interested. He was actually asking me, is Gilbert going to the game on Sunday? I was like, no, he's not. I won't tell you what he said about you, but he's like, what game is he going? I was like, the Vikings. I need to talk to him about boxing. He'll be interested about these names I have for him. I was like, oh, yeah, he will be. He's looking for the next Canelo. He's like, ese güey que. I just started laughing. Yeah, but he's going to have, especially if it's on Netflix, you're going to have to find somebody that like entices it. By the way, the undercards were very underwhelming. There was only one good fight, I thought, in the undercards. Everything else was terrible. The co-main event, not a lot
not good
going on. But again, he's going to have to, because again, next September, that's going to be the Jake Paul fight. I'm already calling it. Or May or September. One of them is going to be the Jake Paul fight. And then the other one, I think he's going to have to pick somebody big to go up against. If it's Benavidez, then finally you have it. Everybody wants it. People have been salivating for it. Now they're going to watch it. If Canelo loses, then Benavidez becomes that new Mexican guy that everybody wants to watch. The only thing is the Spanish isn't like super strong, but still it's good enough to get fans to watch him and everything. So that's what I think. I think he's going to have to pick a big time opponent. If not, people are not going to watch. I mean, hell, Gilbert, I already have it right here. The numbers: Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, 108 million people watched. Canelo and Crawford, 41 million people. So, Gilbert, it just tells me that a lot of those followers are the Jake Paul people. So that gets me to believe that if you got Jake Paul against Canelo, you could probably get closer to 200 million watching it. I don't know if I'm being crazy or not. I'll go 150. I'll say 150 million people watch it. Because I just don't like.
Go ahead.
Am I exaggerating?
I just think you're underestimating the power of Mike Tyson. I think even if you add like any background, any race, any country of origin,
Oh
like
no, I get
people
that.
want to see Mike Tyson, even at his age. But I think with Canelo, it's like you get the Latino audience and the Mexicans, but with Mike Tyson, you get everybody watching.
Everybody.
That's more than Jake Paul could provide. And the
Hey,
problem
Mike
with
Tyson.
everybody wants to watch him. The problem with Canelo, he brought his fans, and I bet you 30 million came to watch him. Well, like I'm being generous, but Crawford getting 10 million of those viewers, like he doesn't have a big fan base. I saw him talking on ESPN for Monday Night Football. He looked uncomfortable. He doesn't like the spotlight, and that's what makes him a mean dude. Like Chance the Rapper told you, he's just an old school. Leave me alone. I care all about boxing. I don't care about the spotlight or the showboating. Let me handle my business. He's just not gonna be a fan of favor. He's not gonna have a large audience, but you know how it is in boxing. You pick a side based on where somebody came from or how they look. But Crawford did not have a big fan base.
What do you think of this? Do you think he'll fight in Riyadh again? I don't think he. I'm not saying like I saw an interview where he didn't look like he liked the experience.
Yeah, I don't
Because
even.
you're
I
out
don't
there
remember,
for 2 months.
I don't remember watching the fight. He fought some nobody there, but that's
Yeah.
perfect example. He did not care about who he fought because he got the paycheck from Turkey. So I'm not holding my breath for a good fight in May either.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I completely agree. Yeah, oh, see, this is what Angel's saying. That's the grasp. I'm one of the few Mexicans that think Canelo let the money go to his head and don't like him anymore. That's a lot of people in Mexico that feel like he let the money go to his head. Shit, he probably barely even goes down there anymore. I know he lives in Del Mar here in San Diego, and then he also has a cabin in Big Bear, and he has a cabin in what's it called? Lake Tahoe. So yeah,
he's
there's a lot of
content.
people that feel like he's turned his back on the people of Mexico. But I mean, it is what it is. We'll see what happens when it comes to Canelo. But you're at the point now with Dana White kind of getting involved. And by the way, he didn't speak after the boxing fight. Everybody said he was going to speak. He didn't speak. I was like, oh, kind of wanted to see what he was going to say.
Dude, that was like an awkward forced marriage. Did anybody care about the UFC? Was the UFC fights on when you were in the tent?
Yeah, by the way, yeah, everybody was watching it on the TVs when we were there. By the way, our compa, what's his name? Lopez, what's his name? The guy that's like, sí, cabrón, está rica. The Mexican, the Brazilian from Mexico.
Yeah. I'm blanking on his name, but yeah, Lopez with an S.
Lopez, yeah. Brian, no, shit.
Diego Lopez.
Diego Lopez, yeah, he won his fight. He was the main event.
Yeah, I didn't even know. Like boxing, like shout out to at least Canelo did one thing right. He was defending boxing's honor, and like nobody cared about the UFC card. Like I haven't cared about UFC.
There was a lot of conversations about Max Kellerman and all the handies that were given out during that week leading up to that fight. I was very surprised, but I get it. I mean, at the end of the day,
there were a lot of those, but you called them right now, Fernando, because dude, and the money, Turkey's just dishing out money, and you better get online to what he's thinking, his views, and it's like, I don't know if I like this unboxing. I really don't.
The Compas on the Beat Network just wants to let you know, Turkey, that we are behind you 1,000%.
Yeah, if you throw money at me, then yeah, what do you want to talk about? Cricket? I don't give a crap. Dude, let's go.
But you know what's crazy? I mean, and again, we're gonna go through this. Tom Brady just said, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna play in a flag football game out there in Saudi Arabia."
Turkey's just paying anybody to come out of retirement.
I'm telling you, that WrestleMania is gonna be really bad. That WrestleMania 43, and then The Rock lost 70 to 80 pounds. Like he looks like he's Roman. He looks like Roman Reigns size now. But that's the thing. Like they're paying all this money. They're gonna and that was another thing. Is Canelo, I remember said in an interview that going out there for 2 months to get used to everything, he said that was crazy being away for 2 months because I don't think he took his family at the beginning because he obviously needed to concentrate. They showed up later. So, yeah, I don't know. That was another thing, too. After the fight against Crawford, he's like, I really miss my family. Like, being away from them was very hard. I'm kind of like, dude, you're making 200 million. Who gives a flying shit? Like, come on. Like, you're making it seem like you were you made it seem like you were in freaking Afghanistan for all these months and you weren't able to see your family. Like, dude, come on. So I don't know. I digress, but let us.
Real quick
Yeah,
before
go
we
ahead.
move
Go
on,
ahead.
Fernando, I got a question for you because I'm trying to figure this whole WWE ESPN dilemma. So I watch my live TV on YouTube TV. I have
Yeah,
ESPN as part of my package. Do I get the freaking
yeah, you do.
WrestlePalooza?
You
Okay,
do. Yeah,
all right. I
yeah.
don't have to
It's
pay thirty
yeah.
dollars for ESPN app.
No, no, no. Hell no, no.
So I'll go on my YouTube TV. I put on ESPN. It's gonna be there.
Yeah. Or no, I think you have to log in through the app. You just go to your TV provider. Like you go to the app, you
Okay.
put your TV provider, you
So
put
YouTube
YouTube
TV.
TV, and then it lets you
Okay.
in.
All right,
Yeah.
because I was about to lose my shit. Yeah, I can't pay for another app, man. I can't.
Oh, yeah, I know for real. And I mean, we'll see how the card ends up. But man, every 2 weeks they're having some kind of event. I'm still waiting. Like yesterday, John Cena was out there at they were in Springfield, Massachusetts. And by the way, he went to the same college that Chris Rim, our compa. He went to the same college as John Cena. So he
Which
shouted him
is
out today on Twitter.
which school?
Springfield College. Like I guess he went there for 2 years for
Wow.
it's like community college.
Where?
But in Springfield, Massachusetts. So he went there or whatever, and Cena was talking, and he was talking about how there's no real champions anymore, this, that. I'm like, please let it happen. Let Dom's music hit and him come out with the 2 belts. I don't know if you saw, he won the AAA heavyweight championship over the weekend. So now he's 2-belt Dom. I was like, please let him come out and be like, there's no real champion. I'm here. And I was like, dang it. All right. Because I think that's going to be the play in San Diego. I think it's going to be Dom versus John Cena in some fashion. I think it has to be.
I would love to see that. Yeah.
Oh, it'd be so much fun. All right. Let's move on now real quick. Armando, thank you so much. Tell those guys I say hi from Bold Crew Podcast. I love those guys. Armando, next time you're on there, if you're still here, ask Dave, hey, Fernando's wondering, what are you mad at today? Because Dave's always mad at something. So make sure you let him know. Robert D, what's up? How you doing?
What's up, Robert?
Yeah, exactly. What was the before we get Vic in here and obviously Dan later, what were your thoughts on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beating the Houston Texans? Look, I'll give you real quick just what I thought.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay's played a really sloppy 2 games. I thought like there hasn't been that cohesiveness to like they haven't gotten it going as they did last year. Obviously they're still adjusting, they're still getting used to everything, but for them, Baker Mayfield didn't turn the ball over. For them to they were down 20 to 19 to 14 going into the last 2 minutes of the game. Baker Mayfield leads them down the field on a 4th down. He decides to take off running, jukes out a defender, like freaking does a somersault over another one. And they go all the way down the field, and White is the one that scores the rushing touchdown. But it seems like the last 2 weeks, the Bucs have won ugly, but they've won games, and they've done it late in the game. So again, I think they're going to be one of the teams that gets going at some point, but to be 2-0 and to win in the fashion that they've won, I'm impressed with, but at the same time, it is a little concerning. But do you feel like the Bucs are the real deal? I mean, back-to-back good solid defensive performances against the Falcons and now against the Houston Texans.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna front. There are some concerns with the Bucs offense, but I'll use this time to praise Baker Mayfield. Sometimes like it's all about like which quarterback is making plays, and for the last couple of weeks, Baker Mayfield has led this team for game-winning drives and helped them out. Like, Baker's doing his thing. No matter how ugly the game is, if Baker Mayfield has the ball last or he has a moment to tie the game or have a go-ahead touchdown, he's been delivering, and that's credit to Baker Mayfield. And Eric was on the show a few weeks ago saying like sometimes I just side with the better quarterback, and like it's not that complicated. Baker Mayfield played better than CJ Stroud. He played better than Michael Penix Jr. in week 1, and that's the thing about like sometimes like a lot of these teams in the NFL right now have very good defenses. Like obviously the Falcons and the Texans come to mind, but the offense has been so-so. So the Broncos are another one. It's like, okay, the offense is whatever, but if you have that quarterback, and this is a perfect example for the Chargers too, if you have that quarterback to pair with the defense, 8 times out of 10, you're going to win that damn game there. So Baker Mayfield, Justin Herbert having great defenses to help him out and having good skill players has been helping him out. You know, the first game, you expect a little more from Bijan in the running game. You expect a little more from Michael Penix Jr., who had a great play, but you could have done more. And then on Monday night, CJ Stroud couldn't get anything going. I'm actually surprised it's gotten this bad 2 weeks in a row for the Houston offense. And I feel a little bad for the defense. The defense has been balling out. If they would have won that game, if freaking Nick Chubb didn't score, or the Miko Ryans, didn't communicated properly to get his team to know what's going on, the situation, to win that game, we might be talking about Houston like, hey, like this is a good defense. They're gonna be pretty good. But they're on too, so it's hard to talk about them in that light. But to go back to Baker Mayfield, it hasn't been pretty. It's been a little ugly, but he's making the plays. Bucky Irving has been pretty good. Watching the Bucs yesterday and watching the Falcons on Sunday night, I'm like, am I watching the same damn team here? Like, good running game, good defense, just make enough plays to hang around. Bucky Irving kind of reminded me of Bijan Robinson. Bucky looked pretty good. But yeah. I digress there. Baker Mayfield was a difference maker. Monday night, he was a difference maker on week 1 too as well.
I'm just so impressed with the kind of team that the Buccaneers have. They feature a lot of playmakers, like I said. Their offensive line took a hit. Their right tackle got hurt. One of their defensive tackles got hurt, so that's a little rough. But I still think
Tristan Wirfs. We forgot about that. That's why it's
exactly. Yeah, they had to move
Jalen McMillan.
Yeah, they had to move their center to left tackle.
Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah,
I know that. Yeah, exactly. That's like when they moved Joe Tooney to left tackle. The Chiefs did last year at some points.
But a center?
I agree with you.
I've never seen that, or at least I can't remember.
Yeah, no kidding. I know Chris Godwin's gonna be back. I know McMillan's gonna, or what's his name?
Jalen McMillan.
Wait, who?
Yeah, Jalen McMillan.
Yeah, Jalen McMillan. I know they're going to be back at some point, which is going to make the offense even better, but there's still some concerns on the defensive side. I thought they had some struggles at times, but I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. On the other side, the Texans are struggling, man. I mean, they kind of reminded me of the what's it called? Of the Chicago Bears. They score a touchdown on the opening drive, and then it all kind of goes to crap after that. And they moved the ball really well on the first drive, but then they couldn't really get anything going. I mean, Higgins, 1 catch, 28 yards. Nick Chubb, 2 catches, 29 yards. Hutchinson, 2 catches, 29. Nico Collins, 3 catches for 52 yards, 1 touchdown. He was targeted 9 times. CJ Stroud's 13 of 24 for 207, 1 touchdown. Nick Chubb, 12 carries for 43 and 1 touchdown. I know that during the broadcast, I think it was Troy Aikman said that when they sat down with CJ Stroud, he was talking about how he wants this year to be different, that he feel like he's starting to get really annoyed that they go up against these teams and they get bounced out early because they don't have enough. I don't know what the strategy was when it came to that organization, but it looked like they decided to go, hey, what we're missing is weapons. No, what you're missing is an offensive line. Vita Vea, these guys were getting a lot of pressure on CJ Stroud. They were hitting him. They were going to him. They were doing a lot of good stuff. I really thought that they struggled, especially being able to contain Vita Vea in that pass rush. I thought they did a really good job. But the Texans their offensive line does not look good right now. They traded away Laramie Tunsil. Obviously, who knows how we see I don't know how to view the Washington Commanders at this point, but we're not talking about them. But I think that the Texans are going to struggle, and they're in a bad place just because they're 0-2. The Colts are now 2-0, and the Texans' schedule is...
they got gimmies 2 weeks in a row. Jaguars, Titans.
At Jaguars. That's not going to be easy, Gilbert. At Jaguars. And then
Jaguars lost to Jake Brown, and get out of here.
But then, hold on. Then they go at Ravens. Then they go to the Seahawks.
Yeah, that's tough.
And then the 49ers come there and the Broncos come there. So it's
you got to win the next 2.
You have to. You 1,000% have to. What is your thoughts on the Texans? Are you concerned about them at all?
Yeah, like part of me wants to blame the offensive line shakeup, the lack of a running game, but Honestly, we got to keep it fair, right? If we're calling out Herbert for not stepping up last year. We got to call out CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud, you got to make it work, man. You got Nico Collins. You got some
You
rookies.
got
I know
some
they're young.
ballers.
Yeah, and you gotta. I know you haven't had Christian Kirk either. I get that, but sometimes you gotta make plays, man. And he's won 2 playoff games, and to be playing this bad back to back regular seasons, even last year, this regular season was a little clunky for CJ. He was better as a rookie. He hasn't been able to meet that again. It's a little similar to Jordan Love, who Jordan Love was good in 23, whatever in 24. He's been okay the first 2 games, but it's been more the defense. So he's got to step up. But you can't have Daniel Jones and the Colts, playing better than you guys offensively. So and also don't give up on don't waste that defense. That's a very good defense, honestly. Fernando, like between the Chargers and Houston, I know Houston doesn't have the stats because they've lost 2 games, but just watching and seeing the eye test, Houston and the Chargers have the two best defenses, at least to me. But the offense is not bailing them out, and they're wasting something good there. So CJ Stroud, you got to step up, man, and find ways. Same thing with Baker Mayfield. You listed it, Fernando. No Tristan Wirfs, no Jalen McMillan, no Chris Godwin. Baker Mayfield stepped up. You got to do the same thing here at CJ Stroud.
I got so frustrated in one of those, Gilbert, and I'm sure you saw the play. Vic saw the play when Emeka Ibuka, he had an open, like the one that he dropped where he was running and he had the chance at the end of the game to catch it. He probably scores and walks into the end zone, but he ended up dropping it. I was like, ooh, this close, but that kid's good. I know he got hurt. They had to wrap him up in bubble wrap during halftime and kind of get him going, but he definitely is a special player, and they have something there. I mean, I think the thing is and the reason why they drafted him, they want to stop depending on Mike Evans as much, because like there's times where Mike Evans bails him out. There wasn't really that many Mike Evans bailouts here, and I think the thing is they kind of want to load management him, and I think that's why they got all these players. So I think that's very smart. You need to keep it going. By the way, Antoine Winfield Jr. he's a monster, man. He is just so freaking good. Some of the plays that he was making, he was flying around the defense on the defensive side. I thought he was very, very impressive. But Armando, we will get to your question soon as the fourth member of our crew jumps in, because we want to. Armando, please subscribe. We go live on previewing the games and all that stuff. So make sure you subscribe here.
You want to at least talk on the Raider side before your brother gets here? That way.
Yeah. No, we'll get to that, but I want to get Vic's thoughts on what he thought of the Bucs and the Texans and the Bucs. But yeah, let's get him in here and see how he's doing. Him and Deion Henley are on. I don't know what they were doing, hanging out the last couple of days that they both have the flu. So, all right, let's get Vic in here. Vic, how are you feeling today?
A lot better. Found out we got COVID. So yeah.
Oh, both of you guys?
Yeah, actually she got it. She got it hard. She lost her sense of smell, but I'm doing a lot better. And she's doing a lot better. But yeah. It's just part of it, man.
Yeah. Yeah, movies and NyQuil will make you feel better.
Oh yeah.
It's been a weird weather out here too. Went from cold to super hot. I don't know if that helps either.
Yeah, no. Like
Vegas was disgusting.
Oh yeah. Hot?
Like so my mom and my sister wanted to go they wanted to go shopping. So we went to that outlet, and remember when I was asking, I texted you, hey, do you have any places to go out and eat? You're like, I really don't know North Vegas. So we went to like an outlet up there. Oh my God. I didn't know they had an OnCloud store. I'm like, I really wanted to go shopping really bad in the OnCloud, but I have like 4 pairs I haven't worn yet. So I'm like, okay, no buying. There's these nice Roger Federer high tops that were like 115 that out here, they're 215. So I was like, oh, I'm like, should I buy them? I'm like, no, I'm going to be.
I've never heard of it. Is it like a brand?
Yeah, it's a shoe brand, right?
Yeah. Oh, they're these really nice shoes. You should look them up. It's literally OnCloud. They're like the new You remember when those the Nikes came out that were super soft and like
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
the
very
hookahs
light?
and all that.
Yeah,
They're like
yeah.
the next. They're
Yeah,
the next.
yeah.
The
But
foam,
it's a Mexican like all the Mexicans are in TJ are the
Oh,
ones
okay, one of
buying
those.
these shoes. Yeah, like we walked into the store, there was a bunch of Mexican people buying up shoes of the
You,
On
you
Cloud
know
because
what's
they're so popular. I love them.
You know what's funny? I finally got myself a pair of Hokas, and they're pretty. What is it?
That's what I
Hokas?
use.
Hokas? Yeah, they're pretty
Uh,
comfortable.
hookah. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
Hokas. Yeah,
hookah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I use for the gym.
HOKA.
Yeah,
HOK.
that's
I'm
what I
like,
use
man,
for
this
the
is what
gym.
I've been missing on my feet. These are comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll like On Cloud. I'm telling you, look them up.
Okay.
I like they have these like business, like they look like they're tennis shoes, but they're actually like dress shoes in a sense. Like I like them; they're really nice. But yeah, you should definitely
Sponsor us
look
on
up On
Cloud.
Cloud.
The best way I can think of it is like, if you have ever thought about what a tennis shoe, like an actual like plain tennis shoe would look like, that's what they look like.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's my best way of describing
they're
it.
basic, they're
And
great, they look
Versatile.
nice,
yeah,
and then they're easy to clean. All you have to do is just grab a little towel, you wet it, and then you clean them, and they come right off. So,
you should
but
get
yeah,
a sponsorship from them.
that'd be the best.
Hey, he knows heels are the best, man.
Yeah.
Like as you get older too, man, you start thinking about your feet and how important that is. Trust me, like it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Well, that's
all
why
you-
I went with the Hokas when I started like boxing and stuff. I was like, oh, that has to be the best shoe, and it has been. It's great. I feel great. Vic, what was your thought process on well, let me ask you the first question and then the second question. There were two kind of ugly wins for the Bucs, but they obviously end up making plays and they end up making the necessary plays at the end of the game in both games to come out with the result. Do you feel like the Bucs are legit, or is there cause for concern?
It's not a cause for concern. I would say for me, it's more of they're starting to remind me of last year's Vikings. I know a lot of people are saying that the Colts might be last year's Vikings, where you're winning a bunch of games, a bunch of games at the end there, one score games, which is good. But eventually, like once you move up in talent and you go up against the Packers, like all those teams, I feel like they're going to get overmatched. And, you need to win these games. I still think it's going to come down to them and the Falcons in that division. But like I was texting on the group chat, like it made me so mad that the Texans just blew that game at the end there, just with the whole like Chubb saw that hole and he was like, "Oh, there's a big hole. I'm gonna run right through it. I haven't seen this whole game. Why do you think it was there? It was because they were letting you score." And he like fell for it. And like you said, Fernando, he hasn't been part of a team that knows how to win because he was with Cleveland this whole time. So I was just frustrated with that because D'Amico Ryan should have known better there, and they were up a point. They were in field goal range there. You were over on the other side of the 2-minute warning. Yes, the Bucs had 3 timeouts left, but at that point you can work the clock there to your advantage. And I just thought they didn't realize that. And kudos to the Bucs. They have a better coaching staff and they're way better equipped to win games like this. And man, like you said, Gilbert, and even you, Fernando, Baker Mayfield belongs in the MVP conversation because he's carrying that team. I mean, what he's doing. And then one more thing on Baker Mayfield, like he's way underpaid. I know Danny Dago gives crap to all these quarterbacks that are getting paid over $50 million. Baker Mayfield deserves to be in that conversation in terms of making that much money because that dude, like the Bucs owe him money.
Yeah, no, but Dan goes at the certain quarterbacks. I think he likes Baker.
Besides Justin Herbert, that's it.
Yeah, no, he likes Baker as well.
Baker should make more than Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence, Jared Goff, but he's not.
You said Baker?
Yeah, he deserves to get paid than more.
I feel like Baker probably is taking the Tom Brady angle of this, and they probably told him, "Hey, if you take a pay cut, we can build a great, strong team." I think Baker's going for it. I mean, Baker's a baller, dude. Like yesterday, there was one where he got twisted up like a pretzel, similar to the hit that JJ McCarthy took that JJ obviously came out and he has now that ankle injury or whatever injury he has. I thought Baker was like, I was like,
That
oh
knee
yeah, he's
twisted,
injured.
right?
Yeah. He got twisted up like a pretzel. I'm like, oh yeah, and then he pops right back up and he starts going at it and stuff. The one thing, Vic, can you take this off real quick? The one thing that made me laugh is freaking Baker being Baker. In one of those, he had a long run and he gets up and CJ Gardner-Johnson is like yelling something at him, and Baker yelled something back and got in his face. Well, this was Baker's reaction after the game when he was asked about it.
Yeah, me and my buddy Chauncey in the open field. Yeah.
And then gets in the face of CJ Gardner-Johnson.
And you know Baker doesn't mince words. By the way, he posted this on his Instagram. Build different, 10 toes down.
He's not a fan.
I don't know what it is. I've always liked Baker. Like I remember he got a bad rap when he was at Oklahoma when he grabbed his junk and he the flag planting and all that. Like I remember when he did that to Nick Bosa in Ohio State and he did all that stuff, but that's always been Baker. I feel like that's when Baker plays well. I feel like when he went to Cleveland, they told him to take down the antics, and that's when Baker kind of I don't want to say struggled, but I mean, I remember I told Dan this when he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated with Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham Jr., and they said Cleveland is starting to look real nice. It was like a crazy title. I was like, this isn't good. Like they're already.
And he was on every commercial. Remember?
They're already crowning him. Yeah, they're already crowning him. Everything. Then you come to find out he goes to Carolina. It doesn't go well. He's playing scout team defensive tackle, and then they move him over, and then he gets moved to the Rams, and then in the Rams, I feel like he kind of discovered what football's all about and how to play the quarterback position. Again, I'm telling you, quarterback rehab. And then he goes to Tampa, and well, everybody was freaking out. They're like, who's going to be the heir apparent to Tom Brady? And it ends up being Baker Mayfield. I think people were kind of thrown off a little bit. But Baker's done exactly what he's been asked for, and he's gotten 2 offensive coordinators hired in back-to-back years as head coaches. And after last night's game, everybody's realizing who Tampa Bay's offensive coordinator is, and it happens to be Josh Gizzard. Yeah. So now everybody's talking about how Josh Gizzard's going to get he's going to be the next man up, and he's going to get moved up. So yeah, I just I'm interested to see what happens with that moving forward. But I've been impressed with Baker. I think Baker's a baller. I think that team is going to make some noise, especially in the coming years, as long as they have Baker. And a lot of credit also to Todd Bowles. They've been trying to push him out the door. Fans, the media, well, not the media, but like other people have tried to push him out the door, and he's still there, and they keep on winning. So it's a winning formula that they have there in Tampa. But real quick, Houston, Vic, thoughts on Houston?
Yeah, it's been a disappointing, but like Gilbert said, like that defense is legit. They have playmakers on all 3 faces of that. We talked about it on House of Horns. I was really impressed. I thought they were going to beat the Rams just because of that, but that offensive line is just, and people keep saying, like, I think my biggest problem with a lot of the NFL right now is like, and I'm starting to see it now with, we'll talk about the Raiders and the Chargers, but it's like, oh, look at the Raiders and the Chargers. They spent a 1st-round pick on a running back when, they should have fixed their offensive line. And it's like, have you looked at the offensive linemen that are coming out of college right now? Like none of them, it's going to take you a while to develop those offensive line. Like Joe Alt is great, but like for every Joe Alt, there's other guys that can't stay healthy or don't develop. Like if you're lucky enough to draft the right offensive lineman, good. But
for every Joe Alt, there's an Alex Leatherwood.
Yeah, I'm staying away from Alabama, offensive linemen because they continue the kid from Tech from the Tennessee. Like, I mean, I'm just like I'm sorry, but I get what at least the Texans are trying. And then you look at like offensive line like the Jaguars that everybody thought was going to be bad. Just like we will talk about Jesse Minter being able to plug and play. Sometimes if you get the right offensive mind, you can plug and play. We've seen it with Shanahan. We've seen it with other guys. It's just it takes time with a lot of these disciples from the McBig tree, and Nick Gailey is
Gailey.
he's having problems, and hey, I mean, at least and part of it too, which what I've seen is that they're letting CJ call the protections, and sometimes he might not be able to see the things that an offensive lineman would be able to do, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a mistake that they're doing there, but at least they're giving him more to do there as he should. It's just going to take him a little while to get there, I feel like.
It's funny. I was going back to the Alabama thing. I remember DJ Fluker one time told me he was a offensive lineman for the Chargers, and he told me that Nick Saban used to run them into the ground. He's like, that's why if you notice, some of us, we don't last more than 5 years because we've already gotten beat up. It's also about the coaching too. I think if you have guys that can coach guys up, I mean, look at and I mean, obviously that's on the Chargers, but there are some players on the Chargers that people thought they were dead, they were not going to be able to do anything, and now they're like Deion Henley. Like, people didn't know who Deion Henley was. Shit, I saw Charger fans pissed off on Twitter, and he's not my biggest fan right now, but I'll say it. I mean, Brandon Staley had what's his name, Kenneth Murray start playing over Deion Henley, and now you see what Deion Henley's like, and you're like, well, what the hell? Like, why was this guy on the bench, and why weren't you singing him happy birthday? But obviously, some players are need to be coached up. But I agree with you. I mean, right now it's going to be tough to get offensive linemen. I thought Will Campbell's looked good for the Patriots so far, but again, like you said, for every Will Campbell or Joe Alt, there's guys that just aren't. That
Sable from the Seahawks has been playing well, but
who are the guys that do well? Second, third, fourth, fifth round offensive linemen. Those are the guys that usually are the ones that end up balling because they don't have that much expectation on them, and they take the coaching. There's a lot of players that come in now that, I know what I'm doing. I'm great. I'm this, I'm that. So I completely agree with you when you talk about that. But all right, let's move over to the Chargers 20-9 victory over the Las Vegas Rams. Did you guys see what Joe Morley did or no?
Oh, he had the jersey with 0 rings. Yeah.
What a scumbag. He had me dying. I can't believe he actually purchased a Chargers jersey. He just put 0 rings on it.
He had to wave it in front of Quentin Johnson, who had a 60-yard bomb. So
I know.
I don't know. Wrong move there, Joe.
We had him on last Thursday, or last Wednesday when we did last Thursday when we did the preview just for shits and giggles, and we were laughing our ass off with him. Let's go to the Raiders side first, just because obviously we want to wait for Dan. Dan should be on in any moment. He said
forever.
He said if the check doesn't clear, he doesn't jump on. So,
okay.
But
the script writes him, so
I know exactly.
Trying to clear that script first.
Gilbert, you and Vic were going at each other on the group chat last night, which had me dying. Dan and I were just laughing. We're like, okay, let's go. Come on, Vic. And then Vic answers, and then Dan would go, come on, Gilberto, give us something. And then boom. I could already see you going.
Yeah. It was a bad performance. Come on.
But
can I just start already? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand Vic's patience with this team. Like, you've seen this team suck year after year, and you don't think yesterday was a bad
Gilbert
performance?
To jump on the train last year.
Like,
I did not. That was not me. That was all the B writers in over there when we went for training camp.
I don't know. Just to me, speaking about the B reporters, Vic, I'm a bury Adam. Adam confirmed to me this offense is going to be good. They were not good at all yesterday, and I get it. Jesse Minter's defense is top notch. It's hard. It's complicated. But you made Geno Smith look like a rookie. You traded for Geno Smith to do better than what he did. 3 forced interceptions. He looked like he had no hope out there, especially with that interception in the end zone. To me, I just expected more from the offense. And Chip Kelly had a rough game, calling against Minter, ran circles around him. The running game, and I won't press this one, Vic, but I'm a little worried about Genty. I expected better from Genty. Him being a little too small for me is starting to concern me. He has some burst. He's able to wiggle around. He's able to make people miss. But I got to see more. It's 2 games. I won't panic, but I'm worried about that. But the biggest thing, Vic, is like they're just too reliant on Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers is not 100%. This team has 0 chance, and I don't like that for a team. You can't have one guy be that much of a difference maker. Not when you trade for Geno Smith, not when you go for Genty, not when you bring in Chip Kelly, not when you get Pete Carroll. That was an amateur hour performance from the offense. And I don't Fernando, maybe you track this better than I do. I don't remember the last time I saw a team get 15 passes defended. Like when I saw the stat sheet, I was like, what the hell? Everybody has 2 of these. And I'm like, and first of all, how do you spell it? Is defense, defended? Who the hell knows? I just know they're breaking up passes. 15 of those damn things. What was going on in the air in Las Vegas? You couldn't get a pass complete. So to me, Vic, you go from here. We do have a guest ready to go finally. But to me, I thought it was a terrible performance from the Raiders. And I think Adam tweeted it out. He said, burn the tape. Yeah, just do that. Burn the tape and move on. But it was a horrendous performance.
Vic, let us just get our next. I promise you, Vic, you'll have your time. Let me just get him in here, and then I'll promise you'll be quiet. All right, let us bring in a man that exemplifies what it's like to be a compa. A man that was so happy on Sunday and became even more gleeful on Monday, even though there were some things that he didn't like. But a man that just wants one thing, one effing Super Bowl for his team to win. And he's not selfish. And that man is Dan and Dave.
100%. I think it's a sign of maturity for Al. All I need is one. I'm not selfish anymore. I've grown. I'm over it.
Just going to show up later and later every Tuesday? It's like
Look,
6:37. You were 6:24 the week before, so I don't know, man.
Look, I don't know how to tell you this, right? I just work here, buddy. I don't make the hours, right? I don't get to wake up, have a mimosa if I want, go get breakfast, look through Twitter, talk to my scribe, my writer, Mr. Chat, acronym GPT. So I don't get to do those things. So I'm just kidding. That's not towards you. I shouldn't have said that. That's towards your company, but
yeah, you know where I work.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it. That's not towards Gilberto, so everybody relax.
Hey, dude, I'm the one. My fingers were typing away for your freaking team at 10 p.m. at night. I was pissed off that I had to write about this damn game at 10 p.m., but I did it. And I said some kind words from these fingers here. Not a robot, okay? Dan?
Yeah, and by the way, we will get to that in a second, Dan. But obviously, Vic wanted to get to his thing real quick. This is what Gilbert. Vic, can you take this off real quick? This is what Gilbert does in the mornings. By the way, I don't know if you know this. Every morning he does this.
But the work I put in at night, nobody cares, right?
LJ's anxiety during chow time.
This is what Gilbert has to do every morning.
Okay, that's work. That is work.
It's made from an exact cast of Debbie's left bosom.
That's hilarious.
Julian there.
Yeah.
You got a boob on
around 7:30, man.
You got a boob on you?
All right, Vic. What were your thoughts on? Well, we want you to respond to what Gilberto just said to you.
Yeah, and he's right. He's correct in terms of, what that offensive team looked like for the Raiders. I mean, and I think my biggest takeaway from it too is the fact that they ran so much 11 personnel. I was expecting a lot more 12 personnel in this game with Brock Bowers and Michael Mayer in the game and going up against Jesse Minter. Like the thing is like I know they kept bringing it up in the broadcast, and I'm sure a lot of Charger fans were just like, why do they keep talking about this? And the fact is that, look, if you're going to beat a Jesse Minter defense, you got to do it, little by little. You're not going to get big plays out of it. And look, after seeing the horrific quarterback play that I've seen for the past, what has it been since Derek Carr has been the coach on this way? It's been since 2012 or so. So it's been about it's been a while now where he just refused to push the ball. And I'm good with that's why I was like, I'm good with what Geno Smith was doing, just because at least he's trying to do something. Remember there was those fourth downs where he would just throw the ball away instead of putting the ball in play. I think that was my biggest thing too. And so, like, I at least see the vision with Pete Carroll now having his son be the offensive line coach doesn't give me great perspective here in terms of feeling good about this team going forward in Brennan Carroll. But at least I see it with Chip Kelly. I know what I'm going to get, having followed him at UCLA and then at Ohio State, like him having more talent here to work with, I think it'll get better. And then defensively, like, I know you weren't happy with the defense either, but they stopped that run game. Like I used to see this team just give up, get gashed by the Chargers every year. Every year you see them get gashed by the Broncos or the Chiefs. They kept them from running the ball. They turned the ball over on Herbert a couple of times. So at least the defense is starting to look respectable without a lot of names on there. So that's why I was a little bit more positive than most, but I get it. I understand that was just a terrible scene, especially after you go on the road and beat a Patriots team that looked pretty good against the Dolphins on the road. So, I mean, you got to take things, where you get it. I'm sure, with Dan, he'll get into it with the Chargers. I think when you go from Brandon Staley to Harbaugh, you start seeing the vision. And I think that's what a lot of Raider fans have been waiting for, is at least you see the vision.
And that's what I said on a radio station yesterday. I said,
yeah,
the Raiders are a year or two behind, just because obviously when Jim came in, he has a superstar quarterback. I think what Pete did is, okay, let's get a placeholder, a guy that I know that can lead the offense, but we're going to need a placeholder until we find that quarterback. The only thing is, and this is what I was, when I jumped on that radio station, I said, and they kind of laughed at me. I'm like, there's levels to this. Like, there's a difference between the Patriots and the Chargers. Like, the Patriots are still trying to figure out if they, like, what did I say, Dan? If they want to, they're like a child. Do they want to piss in the big people's big people's toilet, or do they want the kiddie toilet? So that's where they're still figuring it out. And then the Chargers are at this level where no, they feel like they're contenders. They feel like they know where they're at, and they know schematically how to do everything. Again, I said it last night, so I'm not gonna be huge on this. I was very impressed by the defense. I did not know that defense could fly the way that they were flying, especially after Khalil Mack goes down. Now, there is a cause for concern. I think Joe Ortiz needs to be on the phone. If Khalil Mack is gone longer than 3 weeks, they need to be on the phone looking for an edge rusher. Bud Dupree and Caleb
Clowney's off the market, man. He's with Jerry Jones now. Too late.
Well, yeah, they didn't. Yeah, exactly. They didn't generate
a pass rusher $50 million. Are you crazy?
It was a joke.
They didn't generate any pressures, either one of them. So that's going to be a cause for concern moving forward. The one thing I'm really impressed at, and Eric can kiss my ass for this one, because I freaking told him, but until Daniel Jeremiah told him, he didn't believe it. I told him the front three are going to be very freaking good. They're the ones that are getting the push. If you saw Geno had to throw it with a lineman in his face.
15 batted passes. I can't believe that.
And that's what Mahomes was getting as well. The Chargers practice a tipping drill, and that came into fruition yesterday on the first play. The tipping drill falls right into Deion's hands at the end of the game. The one where Derwin tips it and Dante Jackson jumps over it. Here he is. They
good
tip
comment there, Joe.
That's hilarious. No bias, obviously. Joe.
But the tipping drill, I thought that was great. Tarheeb Still, Deion Henley, and Derwin James are the engines of this defense. Like, all three, like Tarheeb Still was tackling Brock Bowers, and I know Brock Bowers is not healthy, but he was still tackling him and bringing him down 2 separate times. He also brought down Ashton Genty twice. I thought that was very impressive. On the offensive side, there's a lot to be had. They're not running the football well. I will give them credit on one aspect. They are one of the better, like the offensive line. I don't know what it is. When it comes to pass defending, they've done a really good job these first 2 games, where Max Crosby was a factor more in the run defense than he was in the pass rush. Trey Pipkins had a very strong game, which I was impressed with. But again, the Chargers do need something on to get that run game going, because they struggled. They struggled to run they're struggling to run the football, and against Denver, I think they're really going to need to rely on the run game. If not, they're going to struggle. But before we go to Gilbert for his thoughts on the Chargers, Dan, Vic, can you take this off real quick?
Yep.
I was reading an article today, Dan, and I know you like when you to be read to, and I thought to myself, wow,
Open at pictures.
Dan is going to want to hear this. Dan, let me show you what I saw on SI.com. I saw maybe, just maybe, these Chargers are better than those Herbert-led 49er squad because of Herbert, who appears to be ready to join the big four of Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen. Herbert wasn't needed much in Las Vegas as he was in Brazil for week 1, but he had no trouble getting the ball to Keenan Allen.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? We still put Joe Burrow up there basically for 2 seasons, because this is the 3rd season I'm willing to bet where he's out with injury. So at what point do we take him off his little pedestal? Just because he caught lightning and then got screwed in the Super Bowl?
I have no comments. He got hurt, but when I see Burrow at his best, I think it's hard to compete with Burrow at his best. I don't think I've seen
let me ask you something.
Herbert at that level.
Dan, do you have Jamar Chase on your team?
Yeah, exactly. Who have been his targets? Why don't you tell me?
Okay. Anyways, the point is, how can you call somebody elite already when you haven't won a damn playoff game? Can we pump brakes?
This is what we run into. This is what we run into every time.
He is not a top 3, top 4 quarterback, but he's on the verge. He's on the verge, and
this is what we
I
run
write
into.
a puff piece about the Chargers. You still found something to get butthurt about.
No, that wasn't me. That was my brother. He found this article wherever the fuck you hit it.
He's not there. He's getting there, and I'll say this: it's freaking early. You want to keep having puff pieces, he's number 1 in the MVP candidate conversation right now.
I don't care about MVP.
It's way too damn early. But I care about January and February, and I'm just trying to write that I think this could be the year. Who cares about the MVP? You're right, Dan. He could win a damn playoff game. And I'll say this about getting it going here. I don't even care about the running game. When he's playing that well, passing the football, who gives a crap? This is today's football. You need to be passing the rock, not pounding the rock. And that's why I'm saying, I wrote that, these Chargers could be different. Even the coaches like Harbaugh and Greg Roman are kind of like, oh man, I'm so confused. I thought you win the football games by running the football 50 times. It's just not the way it is anymore. And you have a guy like Herbert, unleash the guy, let him cook, and they're finally doing it. I know that's hard for you, Dan. You rather have running the football, but who cares about the 1st round pick of Hampton? Who cares that Ladd McConkey is not getting his?
It's not even about that. It's not even
Herbert
about
is just doing what he has to do, and that's the thing to me. That's what I'm coming away with. He has a dominant defense. He's not doing the whole thing by himself, but we're still nitpicking that the guy, I don't put him in my top 4 of quarterbacks, but he's on his way, okay?
Number 1, it's silly because, again, I don't think any of the guys you mentioned have had to deal with the turmoil that Herbert has had in his career. I've said that from the beginning. I'm not going to beat a dead horse.
Sometimes if we keep playing that game, we're going to have
Is he interrupting me? That's kind of crazy, actually.
All right, fine. Sorry, go ahead.
There's no football played in January and February. I know that. I'm a Raider fan.
There you go. The other thing that bothers me, this is the same thing we got into about your list the other day. You guys pick and choose when you want to talk about team and individual play. You can't talk about the top players and then say, well, they don't win playoff games. Okay, there's 10 other guys on the team. What are we even talking about? I'm talking about just player stats, the way they play. Who else is better? No one. I don't care what you have to tell me. Don't listen to Eric and think I have my Homer goggles on. That's not the case at all. I'm talking about just individual play. I know he had a rough night last night. I'm sure he had a 5th of Jack and who knows what else. It's tough when he sees his boy take an L like that up close and personal. But on top of that, I think you're wrong in the sense that, Dude, if you haven't noticed, okay, in the past few Super Bowls, running the football travels in the playoffs. Running the football travels in bad weather. And having the better run game is what's winning Super Bowls.
Who was
How
a
are we gonna
running
close
back for
out a
the
game,
Chiefs all
Gilberto?
these years?
How are we going to close out a game, Gilberto? Are you going to throw the rock? Hope to God someone catches it?
Like if everybody had a Saquon Barkley, go ahead and pound the damn rock. But you don't have a Saquon Barkley. You have
Dude, what are
Justin
you
Herbert.
like both running backs from what I saw last night when they would touch the ball, they'd get at least 4 yards almost every carry. There was only a few times where they had negative plays because guys stunted or whatever. And
By the way, Dan is done with those
backfield.
receiver handoffs. Darius Davis.
Oh, don't even get me started. You know, he cuts the Just for Men off. He's starting to breathe oxygen again. And then someone probably put some, I don't know what in there to get him.
I'm not trying to get into a Herbert debate. Like I'm trying to not be the Chargers hater every single week.
You
I know
are,
this
and that's
is
fine.
good.
They play
This
better
is good
when
for the
when you
ratings.
do, so.
It's like USA versus the world, like in wrestling. Hulk Hogan, yeah, it's for America. I'm not here to be the villain, okay?
You are.
Like,
You're the Iron Sheik. You're trying to
just
root
because
for
I had to say
Iran
Herbert's
over
top
here.
5. Anyways, the point is, forget it. But
A lot of where they're just not going to allow you in.
but the
My
thing
thing
is,
is, okay, I agree with you.
man, like I don't even
Offensively,
care
they did
about
not play
quarterback
as well of a
rankings.
game as they should. They left 21 points on the board. But at the end
The
of the day, what?
Honestly, the offense wasn't that great, but like you didn't need to do much when you're carving up the secondary of the Raiders. Quentin Johnson was wide open. Keenan Allen's having a comeback tour, and I gotta maybe apologize to Keenan Allen because he still has plenty of juice left.
We got to apologize to me too, but we'll see.
No. But the thing is, like, it doesn't matter that you having a poor running game. We can do whatever you
money?
want.
Where's
When
money? He had some
You
comments.
can do whatever
about
in the
that too.
passing game. Like whatever, 20-9. You didn't let the other team score a damn touchdown. That's
I
the
don't know
score.
shit. Wherever
Who
I am,
cares
so.
about Herbert? It's about this damn defense here. When you have.
Oh, I agree.
Give me the list of what having a fine, Dan, a top 5 quarterback and a top 5 defense. What are the other teams? I can't think of one. So to me, they have a huge advantage because you have a star quarterback like that and a star defense like that. So to me, when it comes to big boy football in December and January, I'm trying my hardest to give positive points here. Dan, please open the ears. They have a unique team right here. Who is it? Because it's not the Bills.
They're trash.
It's not Jalen Hurts. Who is it, Vic?
Trash.
Oh no, I was just I was gonna continue on with what I saw from that Chargers defense. I thought, one of the most impressive things too was like usually you see this Jesse Minter where they just play their front four, but they were blitzing in this game because they needed to create pressure on Geno Smith, and they did a really good job. I thought 2 plays that stand out, and Derwin James should be up for Defensive Player of the Year this year with 2, like that one, the one play where he goes back and plays middle linebacker and tips the ball in the end zone. That was incredible. Like when you have a player like that, you can play him all over. Like that's really what you call a joker in defense, kind of like what Sean Payne's trying to do offensively. And then the other one was is like
That'd be a good job, yeah.
I hate this guy.
And then the other one, which I thought, not a lot of people kind of brought up, but that stun where Derwin James hits the alignment and allows
Khalil Mack
to go around and get the sack there. That was like that and everybody's like, oh well, Ashton Genty, like, why are you wasting a 6th pick when he can't pick up the blitz, bro? Like, you try picking up a blitz like that where you don't know where the hell you see number 3 hitting your lineman, and you're supposed to pick up Khalil Mack, and then he comes around through the inside. Like, that stuff is that stuff you don't see in college, and so it's stuff that you need to see in the pros, and he'll get used to it. But man, Derwin James was all over the place.
Oh, dude, if I could duplicate that guy, if I could duplicate that guy, this defense would be better than the 85 Bears.
Real quick, every team needs a Taylor Tart. Like I love the way he's playing, man. Like, you need an enforcer. You need an enforcer.
Dude, and one of those, he did get away with a late hit on the quarterback.
He did, but he didn't get caught. Like, why not?
Yeah. Which, by the way, how was your weekend? You must have had a rough one, right?
Me?
Yeah, Jalen Hurts, you want to crown him all these things, throws for less than 100 yards.
He won the
Justin
damn Super
Fields, you're all
Bowl. That's not more than
excited.
your quarterback. If you want to keep having this argument,
Let me go through the running back stats of the weekend. I can pull that up for you because they're all your guys. So
who cares?
All right.
Yeah, you would rather have.
Are we
If you flip
skipping
the
takeaways?
rosters, you will take
No,
the Eagles
let's-
roster right now.
Let's
go
go
through these
quickly with
who's
them.
talking about roster? I'm talking
I'll
about
go
you want
first.
to put
If
them
you
ahead
get
of
to
my
flip,
quarterback.
if you get
They're
to
not
trade Justin
quarterbacks.
Herbert for the entire Eagles roster, you will do it in a heartbeat. Come on.
Trade
Gilbert,
Herbert for the.
we
No, I
gotta
wouldn't.
get out of here soon. So let's
Yeah,
get
let's
to
go.
this.
I gotta
Come
go.
on,
I
let's
gotta
go.
drive home.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go
6
quick.
more minutes.
My takeaway: Jesse Minter will only leave for the right club. Jesse Minter is
Jesus.
very calculated. What?
No, we're just really behind, but yeah.
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
Got
Jesse
6
Minter's
more
very.
minutes.
Oh, you know what? Let's just skip takeaways for this week then.
Well, we
Roberto's takeaway. He needs to
just make
listen
him
to
30
Dan and
seconds. We
Dago.
can do that.
Yeah,
Right?
let's
Okay,
go.
Jesse Minter will only leave for the right job. I don't believe that Jesse Minter is just going to take whatever job. He's going to want one that fits him. If not, the Chargers will just Ben Johnson him and make him the highest paid defensive coordinator. And Jim could go to him and say, give me one more year. If they don't make it this year, if they make it to the AFC Championship, he can go to him and be like, dude, we're really close. Give me one more year, and then you go be the head coach of the team that you want to be the head coach, except for no Chiefs, Dan. No Chiefs.
Chiefs.
So that's my takeaway. Gilbert, why don't you go with yours? I actually like yours.
Yeah, a non-Chargers Raiders take care. A lot of people made
Or
fun.
Green Bay. I've heard you've been their lover lately.
Green Bay. Okay, anyways, I didn't have them in the damn playoffs. Okay, 30 seconds.
Oh, did you hear that cheese-eating bastard? He did not have them in the playoffs. The
Falcons.
Packers.
Bold defensive draft picks are paying off, and people are like, "Oh, you can't give up a first-round pick." Like every
That was
team has a
huge.
different situation. Like they already invested in Penix and Bijan and Drake London. They needed freaking edge rushers. They had none. So when they doubled up, I'm like, "Hey, fine." And I kept saying James Pierce Jr. is the best pure pass rusher in the draft. When they got him, it was a steep price. I get it, but go get him. And then Jalen Walker at number 15. Those two guys balled out. The entire front did well. Jeff Ulbrich is doing well. Yeah, I hate every team, but not the Falcons defense. But yeah, it's paying off. That's the last ingredient. The only problem with the Falcons, I don't know if they're that good or special enough to make it to become a contender, but at least they're going for it, and I respect that.
Vic.
The dynamic kickoff is paying dividends after 2 weeks. I mean, we saw a couple of kick returns go for touchdowns in week 2. 77% of the kickoffs are being returned. So it's finally like putting in that rule where you get it at the 35. If you kick it in the end zone has actually worked. Shout out to Adam Hill, who kind of was pushing for that. He said that if you put it at the 35, it's gonna change things, and sure enough, it is. A lot of these kickers are actually doing a good job with it. The Chargers were, that's the other thing. You got to put special teams guys out there to be able to defend it too. I like what the Chargers did yesterday, and same thing with the Rams. They've been really good at being able to cover it, so it's paying dividends.
Caleb Johnson gonna lose a job because he can't field the damn kick.
Who?
Caleb Johnson.
Oh, yeah. Dan, let me real quick, Dan, before you go, you finish that gummy bear or whatever you're eating.
Oh, you got gummies.
Dan, look at this right here.
13 yards.
Mahomes scores.
Oh God.
I'm
Dude,
sick
I've
of
been
this
saying
shit.
that since the Super Bowl. Get that baby back bitch off the
He was
sideline.
hurting the number 1 quarterback in the league. Get out of here, Travis.
Oh my God, dude! There's no.
All right, go with your
depth
take.
you won't
Sorry.
think
Hey,
about.
that's your fault.
We're trying to get out of here.
You know what my takeaway is? It's not even this. Gilberto needs to listen and Dan and Dago because he has all the right takes over here. I told him about Keenan, he didn't want to listen. I told him about my team, he didn't want to listen. I already looked at the schedule. We could easily go 5-0, and everybody's going to lose their minds.
Oh, don't do that to yourself,
There you
Dan.
Go ahead.
I
Dan.
said
Go
could
ahead.
easily. I didn't say it's going to happen. So
Yeah,
no
and then you're
guarantees. I'm not
my
joining.
puff
Now
piece
we're
for
gonna
me
we're
for
gonna have
why
to
they
cut
suck.
this and bring it back later after
Doesn't
5
matter.
weeks.
Dude, I already thought we shouldn't lose to the Broncos, and then the next 2 teams I think were slappies. I'm not
It's
even worried.
at the Giants, and then the Commanders come here, Dan.
Hey,
Wow.
if we lose to the
Slappies.
Giants, just close up shop, tank the season. That's it. We don't deserve to be on the field. If Dangerous beats us,
Marcus
What a
Mariota
joke.
will be your
Oh,
you could be facing
man.
Marcus Mariota in 2 weeks.
oh God, I'm not worried.
If the Chargers lose to the Giants, I'll be on What's Up Balls. Just Dad
for that meltdown. Dude, by the way, how did your boy Jaden Daniels do over the weekend?
He got hurt.
Oh, crazy.
You know what?
Crazy.
You know what he has? 2 more things than Justin Herbert. 2 playoff wins.
You know what he has more than Justin Herbert? Plenty of more weapons. How about that?
Oh, yeah, sure. That team.
An
okay.
offensive coordinator who was born this century. How about that?
That's true. That's true.
All right.
I got a guy trying to run heavy personnel when he doesn't have it. And he gets stuffed every single time. He refuses to listen.
Herbert was 5 for 5 on that drive, and they decided to go with 3 straight running plays on the 2 yard
Get
line.
the booze out of the booth. He's drinking now. Get it out of there.
Can you listen to? I'm not gonna say his username here, but can you listen to the comment? Jaden from San Bernardino, man. He's a local kid. Got to root for him.
It's yes.
San Bernardino's not local 59. To me, so I don't care.
Dan does not care about San Bernardino. I'll just put it like that.
Oh, look at that.
Duke.
Stop being a homer, Danny. Come on.
Look who's talking. Dude, this is the same guy who
We're not gonna get out of here, Gilbert.
No, we are. Hold on.
All right, let's go with our conversation without bringing up Wisconsin.
He needs to go too. Stop talking, gummies.
Gilbert's the one that keeps on distracting Dan. All right, Compas NFL Power Rankings.
I'm at least home.
Gilbert, why don't you go?
Fuck off. I'm at least home. Yeah, I got to drive.
I still think the Bills are the top team in the league. The Eagles, until you stop the tush push short yard situation, they're number 2. Ravens number 3. They beat up on the Browns. Handle business.
I get it's September, but how are you putting the Bills ahead of the Eagles, dude?
Yeah, I guess. Good point. But
reigning Super Bowl champs don't get the default.
Oh, here you go.
Okay.
Josh Allen plays better than Jalen Hurts, and that's the tiebreaker right there.
Oh, okay, but he also chokes in the playoffs, so we only want to talk about my quarterback when that happens. All right.
Okay, you got to go Packers, Lions. I think it's premature for the LA teams to be top 5, but these are my top 5. Go ahead.
Wait, so my question is, you dropped the Chargers.
I never had the Chargers, did I? Or did I?
Last week. You had them at number 5.
Okay, well, the Lions dropping 52 points on somebody's head reminded me they're still around.
And that's the problem that you don't want to listen to. It's the Bears. What are we talking about? I'm like Jerry. I'm like Deion Sanders. Jerry, it's the Bears.
Dropping 50 points on an NFL team is good. Come on, Dan.
Frown, how much did Mike McDaniel drop last year on the Broncos?
70.
I went pretty well for him, huh? Having a good year.
Come on. Can't compare the Lions and the Dolphins.
All right, Vic, why don't you go with yours?
All right. Mine, I have, let me see, what do I have? I have the Bills, the Eagles, the Packers, the Rams, and the Chargers. I'm kind of surprised nobody's has the Chargers after that. Their defense has been dominant the last 2 weeks.
I'm Raiders,
kind of surprised, but hey, maybe I'm just a homer here. I'm picking the local teams.
Did you have them in the playoffs, Big Dog?
Yeah.
2 years ago. Keep track of my years, man. All right, move on.
You've been hanging out with don't lie. You've been hanging out with Eric. You love yourself some Pete. You were pretty excited about him.
I'll go next. I went with the same ones: Bills, Eagles, Packers, Rams, Ravens. I'm not gonna put Dan's team on there because if they lose, I'm not gonna get blamed. This is gonna be fun. Dan, why don't you go next? Your bottom 5.
Yeah, my bottom 5. The Chiefs, I hate them. Travis Kelce is a crybaby. Go get married. The Broncos, because I play them next week and they suck. Tua, I don't know what the hell's going on. Which, by the way, let's talk about the real secret weapon for Indianapolis and why they pulled off that victory. Their owner with a headset and a notepad getting shown 8 times on the TV screen. That willed them to victory. They were so inspired. They were so inspired.
Yes.
On a side note,
do you want like a Latino on the screen because Latino Heritage Month, or you don't?
I don't care about that. I'm an American. I'm not into that stuff.
No, you're not into.
No, I don't do. There we go. I don't know if you know this. She called the play to offside. It's just so funny to me. Like, what was really interesting?
You know why they're doing it, Dan.
And this is not going to look very good. It was interesting to see Brady in the booth, which either way, right? Why wouldn't you be in the booth? You have a better view. What could you see from down there? Like, just
we don't have the time, but that's not a good look. Get Brady the hell out of there.
I don't think
Really?
either one's a good look.
Really?
I think they both look dumb.
Take a job, Brady.
What's funny
Take
to
a
me
No,
is
no. Gilbert's going off of Brady's other job, being a commentator. Like,
oh yeah,
Not
he should be a
convinced.
commentator.
next
He
week
could've-
he has the Bears game, and then in 2 weeks the Bears play the Raiders.
If
Like,
I'm a
why are
coach,
you-
I don't want Tom Brady anywhere around my players or my team for
Yeah,
pregame meetings.
I'm not.
Get
I'm
the
not
hell
letting
outta
him
here.
talk. See, the thing is, Dan, Brady can't go into the facility, but he's still on a Zoom call with the Bears, talking to them about
I'm saying I'm not gonna jump on that Zoom until that guy gets gets out of the screen.
Are you kidding me? You could, game plan with crayons for Caleb Williams, and you'll be fine.
Everybody's selling out.
Oh,
and
Dan, is
taking
this
the-
true?
Oh, they're colleagues. They have a good time
All
out
right, let's
there.
get to our
They're
picks. We
friends,
get
or
out of
what
here.
was it?
Come on.
All right.
Let's go. I gotta drive.
All right, let's go to the Pick'ems. Let's look at the Pick'ems game from last
Gilberto
week.
started this.
Week 2, Dan went 5-1.
Boom.
I went
not
4-2. Gilbert went 2-4. Vic went 1-5.
That's hilarious.
The season records. Dan and I are both tied at 7-4. Vic is 5-6, and in the basement.
No. Put the other graphic.
Vic, we gotta keep him there. Pick all the
Put
same
the other
games.
graphic. Come on.
All right, let's pick them this week. Bengals at Vikings. Give me the Vikings, Dan.
Yeah, I'll take the Vikings.
Oh shit! Wait, who's the starting quarterback? Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz
Carson
against
Wentz.
Jake Browning.
Jake Browning.
Yeah, give me the Vikings. I'll go Vikings.
Oh, hold on. Who did you guys go with again?
Dan
All right.
and I
Vikings.
both went Vikings.
Vikings.
Okay.
That defense is gonna
Next.
mess that fool up. Go ahead, Gilbert.
Yeah, I'm going with the Vikings too.
Vic.
You guys always all right. I'll go Bengals here.
Don't feel
Go ahead.
forced, Vic. Come on.
Yeah. We
All
can't
right.
all pick the same teams.
It's not a big deal. We all have
Steelers
different
at
records.
Patriots. Give me the Patriots. Underdog. Dan.
I'm conflicted here.
They're both your teams, Dan.
They're both my teams. I think I'm going to go with the good doctor.
Gilbert.
Perfect. Give me the Patriots.
Vic.
Give me the Steelers.
All right. Raiders at Commanders. Oh shit.
Wait, is Jaden Daniels playing or no?
Yeah, I'll start.
No.
I'll start Fernando. I'll surprise you. Give me the Raiders. If it's freaking Mariota, give me the Raiders. I'm not saying if, but like, just I'll take them.
You know
I'll
what?
gamble.
Give me the Raiders as well.
What? Okay.
Mariota, are you shitting me, Dan?
I guess. I guess I'll be different.
That offense hasn't looked good, Gilbert, even with Jaden Daniels in there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but I don't think the
The
Raiders.
Raiders
have
at
looked all
least
that-
have freaking a starting quarterback.
I'm just trying to go for a dog here because Victor called me out.
I
I'll
can't
go
believe
with,
the
I'll
Commanders
just
are
go-
still
I'll just
favored.
go with the Commanders at home. That's fine. I'll go with the Commanders.
Vic?
At home.
I'll go Raiders then. All right, next.
That was your chance to be different, Vic. Come on.
Texans
know.
at Jag-
Well,
Texans at Jag-
once Dan picked them, I'm like, okay, I can go. I can
Okay.
go with the Raiders there.
Texans at Jaguars. I'm gonna go with the Jaguars. Gilbert.
Hell no. Give me the Texans. Jaguars.
Dan.
Stink.
This will be my dog. I'll take the Jags.
No, the Jags are favored.
Oh,
They should never be favored in the game. So yeah.
Yeah.
okay, that's fine. I'll take Tony Khan.
Vic.
Okay. I'll go with the Texans again. Jeez.
All right.
they
Next
failed me twice
one.
already.
Cardinals at 49ers.
Ooh.
Give me
It's the Fernando versus Gilbert Bowl.
you know what? I'm gonna have to go. Give me the 49ers, Mac Jones. Gilbert,
Give
Cardinals.
me the Cardinals, man.
Yep.
I think I'll go Niners too. I'll take Mac Jones.
Vic.
Man, I didn't like how the Cardinals looked in that game and the 49ers. You know what? I'm gonna go with the Cardinals.
These are like really hard to pick. These are kind of like tight, like a razor's edge difference.
Yeah. Lions at Ravens. Give me the Ravens. Gilbert.
Give me the Lions, my Super Bowl team.
Dan.
Yeah, I'm sorry to my boys. Give me the Ravens.
Vic.
I'll take the Ravens as well.
Ooh, Lone Wolf. Ooh.
Dan. We have a chance for you to be one game above Gilbert if we want to add a fifth game.
Did I add it? No, I did not.
Dan,
Go ahead.
do you want me to add Chiefs at
Chiefs.
Giants, or
Yes,
should we
do
just
it.
stay the way we are?
Let's
you
do
make
it.
No, stay the way we are. We don't need to. We're all going to pick the Chiefs on that one.
Not
really?
Fernando.
Against
Not
the
Fernando.
Giants?
I was gonna pick
Fernando
the
wants the
Giants.
Giants here.
Oh, I'll take the Chiefs.
Okay. Chiefs all around and
Okay,
Fernando.
Fernando, do you? Where I'm gonna give you a shot here. Do you still want that game?
I'll call my shot. F it. Yeah, let's
There
do
you
it.
go. Cool.
Okay, all right.
If they
So we
start
got-
0-3, that's going to be hilarious.
Gilbert's gonna bury the shit out of them in that game.
He's going to have a stroke. The National Writers
The
Group
Chiefs
chat
have
is gonna
nobody
melt
to
down.
cover Malik Neighbors.
Hey,
I'll tell you that right now.
The back.
You
McDuffie
trust in
better.
Dangerous?
He's gonna give you one game.
Hey, if the
This
Chiefs
is gonna
go
be-
in 3 and the Chargers go 3-0, Dan, you got to make room on the bandwagon. Come on.
No,
Whoa,
you're
whoa,
not. No,
Scoot on
no,
over, scoot on
no.
over.
All right, let's
You know
just
what's
go
another
real
one you
quick.
did
Our
listen about? The
our
Colts, Daniel
standings
Jones.
our wins draft board week 2 standings.
yeah, where
Dan
are
and
we?
Diego's in the lead with 8 wins.
Lead dog, baby.
I'm at 7 wins. I'm in second place.
I'm
Third
so
place
screwed,
is
the
Vic
Bengals.
with 6. And in the cellar, Gilberto with 4 wins.
Damn Chiefs, man. That should be 6 wins at least.
Can we just pick another category or another game so there's another thing he can be in the cellar for?
You know what's
No,
funny,
it's
Gilbert? You
2
could
weeks.
potentially go 0-5 again this week.
Ow. The Chiefs are playing the Giants. That's a W.
I don't know. I'm calling my dude. If I win that one, it's gonna, and I'm gonna be driving back. I'm pissed.
Who are the
I'm not gonna
Cowboys
be able to
playing?
watch the game, huh?
Who are
Okay.
the Cowboys playing? I forgot. But
All
yeah,
right.
let's go.
all right.
Well, we appreciate everybody for checking out another episode of the Four Compas. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm guessing tomorrow, House of Horns.
Yes, sir.
yes.
Okay. House of Horns tomorrow, Thursday. Dan and I will jump on for What's Up Bolts to break down. Who the hell are the Rams playing? Oh, the Eagles. Oh, shit. Eagles, Rams and Eagles this week at 10 a.m.
Rematch.
Whoa. What is this, Dan?
That's crazy. Well, no, I think he's angry that I'm not getting. I don't know. I think he's slandering me. I don't know.
No, he is.
I still love you, Joe.
But the Chargers play the Broncos. We'll preview that. We'll see if we can get our buddy Troy Rank on the show before so that we can break down the game. But again, thank you guys so much. Don't forget, we will be back next Monday with Lunes Live, Tuesday, the Four Compas. So make sure you guys tune into that. Make sure you guys hit the notification button so that you guys can hear when, or you guys know when we're jumping on live. Definitely appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. Dan, the Cheesy Bastards, that's a great show. Fernando, Vic, and the SI swimsuit.
I don't care. I don't care. That's why my godson knows what your middle name is, and you don't seem to understand it. So.
Hey, Cheese Eating Bastard, next week when it's like 6:55, when Dan rolls in, just tune out. You don't have to be on. You don't have to watch because Dan just comes late, and we'll panic here for 20 minutes and to crank everything
The
out.
cheese
but-
eating bastard knows why I get here late, so it's not like he's not. He's
All right, can I say let's get out of here?
Well, he wants to make it seem like he doesn't know Dan.
Telecompa, smash the like button. Don't forget, we'll never know why John Cena became the Rock's bitch.
Yeah, next week Dan will get here a little earlier, hopefully. But yeah.